I've been doing great. Thank you. I have been doing very well. Thank you so much for asking. So, welcome one more time to our class. So, Tal, let me ask you something. All right. So, magic question.
Oh, what lesson learn last lesson? Huh?
Okay. What did in that case? What
Last
did I
class.
learn in the last class or last in our last lesson? All right. That
Yeah.
is correct. So, can you tell me what did we talk about?
Mm, okay, we talk about some uh yeah or some word like any
Quantity.
hash.
All right.
Yeah.
Quantifiers
Yeah.
or expressions of quantities, for example. Number
Or
one,
some or many, much, a lot of, lots of, plenty, few, a bit of, little, or some, any, none, and no.
that is correct. That is right. Last class we were talking about that. And
Yeah.
so now today we are gonna cover a new topic. Today in this class, I think I also gave you a homework. Am I right?
Yeah.
That is right. We're gonna cover the homework, especially before we start. We'll be covering the homework. So this way we can pretty much practice the content given in the previous lesson, and then afterwards we start with the unit. All right, with the
Okay.
lesson. I'm sorry. Allow me just 1 second. Let me just open this. Let me see. Can you? Oh well. Let me see. Let me share. Can you see my screen, Tal?
No, I can't see.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Now you can.
Yeah.
Okay, that is not part of a class. That's my schedule. All right. Let me see. This is loading. Just 1 second. What's happened? Oh, what did I do? Did I close it? Give me 1 second, Tal. I'm afraid that
Okay.
I. Oh no, it's here. Never mind. So let's do something first. It's already open here, but let's get started with the Let's get started with the homework. All right. Let me listen
Okay.
to the dialogue you prepare, and this way we can continue with the rest of the lesson. So we cover this part, we end up with this, and then afterwards, so we go ahead with the lesson.
Mm,
Let me just
Uh,
I'm gonna listen what you're saying.
um, I will introduce my dream city. Okay.
Okay, no,
Dream.
no
Um.
problem. As long as you
Uh,
are as long as you are creative, let me ask you
yeah.
something. Do you have this in a like PowerPoint or let me see, or just you in your notebook, or do you have it like so we can share it, or maybe can you send a picture to the WhatsApp? I mean Zalo.
Uh,
If you don't have it,
I.
it's okay, no problem. If you don't, that's
Uh,
okay. That's not a big deal. Let me see
mm,
your. Let me see how creative you are.
okay.
Could you
Uh,
please before
I
could you please show me like this?
think. I think.
Okay, that's okay. Let me listen to your outline.
Okay. I will introduce my dream city. I haven't thought of its name yet, but it's a very beautiful city. There are many little houses and some coffee shops. People are always rushing in and out of grocery store and supermarkets. Mm, although there are many people in the city, there is a very little smoke in the city because most people often walk or cycle on the road and street. In here, there are lots of beautiful and peaceful places for you to visit. My favorite place here in is a park. It's very clean and fresh. It will be very suitable for people who are stressed and want to relax their mind.
I like. I'm
It,
sorry for interrupting you. I would like you to repeat it again one more time. The thing is that I think there is a background, like I don't know whether it's a fan or maybe the speaker, but it's kind of like some words that you pronounce. I could not listen well. I'm sorry about that. If you can go back again, and I'm so sorry. Say it
uh,
again one more time.
uh, today,
Look at now.
today
Look at now. You see, like when you move, there is kind of something like maybe a fan or like air, something like this. And
oh, uh, mm, today I will introduce my dream city. I
okay,
haven't thought of its name yet, but it's a very beautiful city. There
okay,
are many little houses and some coffee shops.
okay.
People are always rushing in and out of grocery stores and supermarkets.
Like New York,
Or,
like New York City. Okay,
although, although there are many people in the city, there is very little smoke in the city because most people often walk or cycle on the road and street. In here, there are lots of beautiful and peaceful places for you to visit. My favorite place here is a park. It's very clean and fresh. It will be very suitable for people who are stressed and want to relax the mind. And
okay.
I think it would be great if in the future we can build a city like that. Finish.
Oh, that's a wonderful city. But the only thing is right here in this city, the only thing I
Yeah.
can see that there is a rush. All right.
Yeah.
Then the only thing that comes to my mind when you're telling me this, I'm just trying to imagine it well, because you tell me that there is a rush. All right. What I imagine is that is similar to New York City,
Oh.
because there's always a rush over there. There is a, like people are all the time rushing, and there is a runaway and all that. Okay,
Oh. Okay.
let's continue. All right. So
Yeah.
let me
Okay.
share my screen to you. Now I can share it. So we are already done. Thank you, Tal, for your homework. It was very nice. So now let's continue with this. Okay. Lesson 3C, culture, different views. Okay.
Yeah.
So actually here we are having this activity.
Yeah.
That is that the one that you just performed, and it was pretty good. Thank you so much. So look at here. Look at this picture. Can you describe this photo? What do you think the people are doing there?
Uh, in the hotel, there are some people who uh, ride the horse and a lot of dog. Right? Lots,
Okay.
and I think uh, They they look like people who go hunting, like in the movie I have watched.
Okay, in the movie you have watched, the movie you have seen before.
Yeah.
And let me ask you something. Do you know the name of these people?
No.
Or do you remember the name? Let me just tell you what is the name of this type of people.
Okay.
So the name of this kind of people, this is an occupation as well. That is a profession. For example, my profession is to be a teacher. The profession is to be horse.
Horse.
Like, give me a second. Okay, horse riders.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
horse riders. So that is
Yeah.
the name of this occupation. Just keep this in mind. And whenever you see this type of occupation, all right, just keep that in mind. All right. And
Yeah.
let me ask you something. Now that you already know the name of this occupation type, do you have, well, that may be obvious, all right? It may sound obvious, but what do you think is the role of a horse rider?
Mm. I think I don't know.
Okay, let me tell you, especially this kind of people, they participate in different types of competitions, like riding the horses. Like, I'm sorry because I drama so natural. I know I may be a very good actor. No, I'm just kidding. They just go, like horseback riding. They go horseback riding. Okay. And then actually, no, what I have heard about it is that they are people who compete. All right, they love horses, but there is something that is very famous and very popular that we always listen here in America, is that they are well remunerated, economically, I'm sorry, remunerated. That's what I'm referring. And also this type of horses, they can even reach thousand and thousand of dollars or maybe euros. So actually, they prepare ride the horses to compete. One of the
Yeah.
characteristics of these horses is that they keep all the time healthy. If you see their bodies, like the legs of the horses, if you see the chest of the horses, you can realize that based on the picture, obviously, because any horse that is going to participate in a race, they have to be healthy. And obviously, that is the reason because if the horses are not rate, if the horses are not healthy, then what might happen is that they may have, they may fall. The riders may fall, and
Oh,
mandatorily they need to be healthy. Okay,
yeah.
and
I
that is the matter. It's very important that these horses are very, very healthy. Were you going to say something, Tal?
uh, I very scared because in when I was small, uh, I used uh to hard.
Ride horses?
Yes.
Okay, you used to ride horses, and
Yeah. It's
y-
scared.
oh, you felt, all right.
Yes.
You feel scared. Let me
Yeah.
show you something. Let me show you something here. Give me a second. Normally, it's an expression. It's another term that I want you to learn today. Then we continue with the rest. So there is an expression in English which is going or going horse horseback riding. Let me see if I'm writing it well. It's too small. For example, if I tell you I will go horseback riding. What you're saying this is that the horseback riding, all right, is the condition, the competition, or the action of riding horses. So you said, I will go horseback because
Yeah.
obviously you are sat down in the back of a horse. Then you say, I will go horseback riding. Same way
Yeah.
as you say, like, I will go fishing, I will go horseback riding. So we use the sentence structure.
Oh,
Understand this?
yeah.
Perfect. Let's continue. Okay, so here we are having a new exercise. And then here I want you to listen carefully. So this is what we are going to do, Tao, in this exercise. We are
Yeah.
going to
Okay.
read the test. Okay, let me just go ahead to make sure we have the audio here. Okay, no problem. Never mind. So we are going to read the test. Okay, and we are going to match the headings from 1 to 5 with paragraph A to C. Then something very important we are having here at Tao is that we need to consider that there are some headings, there are two headings, especially two headings that you do not need to mention.
Okay.
So now let's get started with the reading. I will be listening to you, the way you read, the pronunciation, and here we go.
Uh, yeah. Hunting is a very old activity.
Okay.
Hundreds of years ago, kings and their families hunted deer. In the 100 and 1018, in the 800, fox hunting became more popular. The hunters used groups of dogs to chase the foxes while they followed on horses. They wore special clothes for hunting, bright jackets, usually red, black coat, and black hat. This tradition continued through the 1800 and 1900, especially in rural areas. However, many in the UK were unhappy about the tradition of fox hunting. It was especially unpopular among people who live
Okay.
in cities. They thought it was cruel. I can't read the word.
Yeah. Can you repeat it again?
Uh, they they thought it was cruel. I can read the word.
Let me
Cruel
see.
audit and audit
So
activity.
let me give you the remote. You have the mouse of my computer. So
Yeah,
show me
yeah, this.
which one.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, show me.
Uh,
I don't see the cursor. What is the word you have difficulties with? But if you
uh,
want another option, you can write it in the chat box and I could help you.
the first
Okay.
word,
Oh,
word,
what?
word.
Allow me 1 second. Let me see. Okay. Allow me just 1 second. Okay, you can write it. Did you manage to copy it?
Yeah, I
Let me see. I don't see it here. Oh, this word. This word is pronounced cruel. Cruel.
cruel, cruel.
Like, oh, okay. Oh, this
Oh,
story of Romeo and Juliet was so cruel. All right.
cruel. Yeah.
Cruel.
Okay.
All right.
Cruel.
Let me show you. This one is pronounced cruel. Let me see. Okay. So you can continue. Can you see my screen?
No.
No? Oh, sorry about that. Okay. Let's go back. Okay. We're back again. Here it is. Okay. You can continue where you stayed.
Yeah. The third is word cruel, and outdated activity and a girl that
Argued.
it wrong to kill animals for fun. The government agreed,
Government.
and government agreed, and
Agreed.
on agreed, and on 15 September 2004, they made a new law to ban hunting with dogs. The traditional folk hunts had to stop. They were now illegal.
Ill-
Illegal.
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 All right.
Yeah, some people in the countryside felt very strongly that the hunting ban is unfair. They
Okay.
argued that the government stopped the hunts only because they dislike upper class rural traditions. They say that foxes eat farm animals, so farmers need help to protect the animals. In the countryside, 60% of people want fox
Sixty
hunt.
percent.
60% of people want fox hunting to continue.
To
We should
continue.
continue. Uh, we should respect rural traditions and not allow people from cities to stop them.
All right.
Fox, fox hunts with the jobs for people, so the pen does a lot of damage to the economy in
Economy.
the countryside. Eco- ec- economy economy in the countryside. Some people even try to continue the tradition of hunting by using dogs and horses to share the shop with a
To
special
chase.
smell. The
Horses. To chase.
horses to chase a
Okay.
shop with a special smell. But it isn't the same. So, which is more important? Respecting a rural tradition or protecting foxes? It's still a question that
Device.
divides town and countryside and country in Britain.
In Britain. Oh my God. This is something I can tell you. I can tell you. It is something, in my opinion, I can tell you in my opinion, this is something uh very complex because I do understand the viewpoints of half of the community. All right. But what can you tell me about that town? What do you think about it?
Uh, I I think I have no idea.
Actually, there is a situation, especially at the end of the test, that is going on with the foxes. Actually, they are currently trying to legislate, all right? Their
Yeah.
legislation, it's against of animals of use. But on the other hand, we can see here that the foxes, all right, are trying to kill the animals. And when I'm saying animals, I'm referring about domesticated domesticated animals in this case, like rabbits, like dog. Well, ducks no, because the dogs, they are friends of human beings. All right. So I'm
Yeah.
referring for example, cags, right? Pigs,
Yeah.
the pork, and all that. Those type of cows, all right? Different type of domesticated animals. And imagine these people who lives, all right, who lives close to the forest. You know what it stands for? And the thing is that the foxes, they can kill all animals,
Oh.
and they may be in troubles because of especially respecting these animals, foxes. But the foxes are not going to respect their animals.
Oh.
There is a situation over here. And in your opinion, Tao, do you have any idea how can they solve this situation?
think I uh I think I agree with some people in the countryside feel very strongly that the hunting ban is unfair.
Well, yeah, that's right. That is what I'm saying. That the situation is it's kind of like complex.
Yes,
Let me
because
see here.
by a frog.
Okay, let me just show you. Then we can
Yes.
continue with the exercise. I really wanted us to analyze the information we are saying here because it's very important. All right. I
Yeah.
consider that it is very important to analyze the information. Okay.
Yeah.
So now I want you to tell me, the let's continue with the next exercise number 2. Now that you already read the information, all right.
Yeah.
Okay, give me 1 second. I think there's somebody there who needs assistance. I think maybe the delivery guy is coming. I haven't ordered pizza.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry about that. My apologies. Okay, sorry. I'm back in here. So let's continue. They always bring pizza at home. All right, so let's continue now. They are always lost. Like I said before, and now we are going to perform that activity. There are two headings that you do not need to you do not need even to mention that. You don't even need to mention those two headings. But there are some others that yes, absolutely you are going to refer about these headings. So we are going to match. Okay, paragraph 8. What do you think it is?
I think it's 5.
Okay, you say that paragraph A is 5. Let's check.
Yeah.
Okay, let's continue. Give me a second. That is correct. Paragraph 8, that is 5, which is the history of hunting.
Yeah.
Okay, let's continue.
And
B,
the paragraph B is
paragraph
um
B, what is it?
I think it's 3. The end of frog hunts.
Okay, let me just check. You said number 3, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that is fantastic. Correct, absolutely correct. So letter C, what matches with letter C? What will be the best number for this one?
I think number C or letter C is match with 1.
Okay, number
1.
1, and the answers are correct. Well done.
Yeah.
So then obviously by default we can say that the those two headings that do not match, all right?
Yeah.
The different tests we're having over here, those are the number 2 and
Oh.
the number 4. That's right. Let me see here. Okay, so now let's continue. New exercise number three. Okay,
Okay.
look at what we are having here. In this activity, we are going to find these words highlighted in the test. We are going to use them to complete the sentences below. As usual, we always have this type of exercises completing these write sentences. That is very good because it helps us analyze the information that has been given. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Right, let's continue with this exercise. Let me know once you're ready.
Yeah, I'm ready.
You ready? Fantastic. Okay, number one, you shouldn't hurt animal. It's,
Cruel, right?
let's see, let's check. You shouldn't or you should not, you shouldn't hurt animals. It's cruel. That's right. Number two, in the past, all right? In the
Yeah.
past, only
Economy families, right? Could afford
upper
to
class, upper
upper
class,
class.
upper class, yes, like do you know what is an upper class family? Are you clear with this? Let me
Uh,
explain to you what is an upper class family. So look at, we're talking about social classes. For this society, the world we are living in, there are different type of classes. I'm not referring to this class, all right, like teaching you English or maybe any other class, all right, like social studies, math. No, 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 no. I'm referring social classes, status, whether you are rich, if you are poor, if you are medium class. Look at here. So we have the poor people, uh, people that are limited economically. We have the medium class, that is the kind of people that get the necessary. But we have another category that is not rich, but is better, is in a condition that is very that is economically better than the medium class, and that is the upper class. They are not rich, but they aren't also living too bad. They can actually have a pretty decent life. All right,
yeah.
they are not rich, but they are not medium class. They can live a good life. All right,
Yes.
but
Okay.
but not necessarily they are rich. All right. So, and then in the past, only upper class families could afford to have holidays abroad.
Yeah.
It tends to happen.
And like
Number three,
my dad doesn't want my sister to become a pilot. He had very outdated views about jobs for women. Right?
okay, my dad doesn't want my sister to become a pilot. He has very updated views about for jobs for women. Okay, well done, Tao. Number four. Okay, point number four.
Uh,
Could you read it?
tourist, yeah, tourists is good for town economy. Tourists spend a lot of money.
I can tell you, allow me to help you with this one, number four. Whenever you have in English these words like that, can you see like SM?
Yes.
This one is gonna be pronounced tourism.
Tourists.
Tourism.
Tourists.
Tourism.
Tourism. Tourism.
For example, it's like the words like that, like tourism, enthusiasm. All right,
Yeah. Yeah.
tourism, enthusiasm, magnetism. What else? There are many words like that. So my recommendation, just to help you improve that part, Tao,
Yeah.
with these
Okay.
words, let me see.
Uh,
Tourism. You can
tourism.
Google, All right, you can Google like where's that M on SM. All right, the
Mhm.
the
Yeah. Okay.
the not the suffix but the suffix part, the termination, and then you will find many of them.
Okay.
Okay, let's continue. Tourism is good for a town's
Economy.
economy. That's right. Here,
Yeah.
there's a lot of tourism. That's fine. And also Vietnam. Yeah, Vietnam is very popular in tourism. Yeah, also you have the Puko Island.
Yeah.
That is very
Yeah.
famous.
Yeah. It's very beautiful.
I want to go there. I'm dreaming to go there.
Or um.
Okay, let's continue. Tourists, all right, spend a
Yeah.
lot of money. Number five,
You can spell things is against the law. The law.
low, low.
Law.
All right, you can't steal things. It's against the law. That is correct. Okay, so number six. Okay, he hit a tree and did a lot of.
Did a lot of damage to his car.
Okay, he hit a tree and did a lot of damage to his card. That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, let's go on with number seven. What is it?
Uh, when you are visiting a
A foreign country
foreign foreign country, you should respect its customs and traditions.
and traditions. Yeah, that is. Let me just stop right here. You know, actually, this is a very good suggestion and a very good recommendation. When we go to a foreign country, which means it's not our country, all right,
Yeah.
we should respect its custom and its tradition because maybe something that I can tell you my case. For example, here in America, we have many cultures and traditions that for us in this hemisphere of the world, that's something normal. But maybe there is, it might be offensive. I'm referring to certain country. I'm not specifying a country in general. I'm just saying that I'm setting an example about that. So let's continue with number eight.
Uh, it's illegal to drive with our
Without,
like
without,
with our license.
it's illegal.
Yeah. Illegal. It's illegal.
It's illegal to drive without a license. That is correct. Okay, number nine. The
Uh,
government. Help me with this one, please.
the government is going to ban smoking in public
Buildings.
buildings,
Buildings.
buil- buildings.
All right. Okay, the government is going to ban smoking in public buildings. All right.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
because okay, let's continue. So let's go ahead with this exercise here, Tao, especially in this one. I am going to ask you to listen carefully. We are going to listen the voice of different characters. We are going to
Mhm.
listen to four teenagers talking about hunting, who agrees and who disagrees with the ban. And we are having like four teenagers over here, like Olivia, they are Olivia, Rory, Jake, and Christine. Listen to this. You're gonna tell me the best options, and also we are going to listen the audio to listen their opinions. Listen carefully. Here we go.
Lesson 3C, Exercises 4 and 5. Olivia,
I live in the country, but I don't know anybody who likes the idea of fox hunting. My dad's a farmer, and he hated it when hunters rode horses over his land. They cause a lot of damage, to the fields and to the hedges, and they don't ask, they just go wherever they want. So I'm glad people can't go hunting anymore. It was only a few very rich people who were interested in it anyway. I'm sure they can find something else to do in their free time.
Rory.
Right, Rory?
My home is on the edge of town, between the town and the country. I think I understand both sides of the argument about fox hunting, but a lot of people who live in towns don't really understand it. In fact, they don't understand rural traditions at all. They only go into the countryside to have a picnic a few times a year. I never went hunting myself. I'm not that keen on horse riding, but I respect it as a traditional activity. I think it's important to respect all of our national traditions, not just the ones that are really popular.
Jake.
Okay, Jake.
I don't see how anybody can say fox hunting is right. It's disgusting. The whole point of the hunt is to chase and then kill a living animal, the fox. Why? Just because a few upper-class idiots think that it's fun. Well, it's wrong to have fun by killing animals. End of story. Perhaps when hunting started hundreds of years ago, people didn't worry so much about the rights of animals. But people are different now. We respect animal rights. That's why so many people are vegetarians.
Christine.
Okay.
I
Kristen.
really don't see what the problem is. I mean, it's only a few foxes. Look at all the animals that are killed on the roads every year, every day. And what about fishing? I'm sure the fish think it's cruel, but nobody tries to ban fishing. And do you know why? Because it's popular with millions of people. And the silly thing is, we do need to control the number of foxes, because they damage farmers' fields and eat their chickens and lambs. Without hunting, farmers have to shoot foxes, and that's probably crueler than hunting, because the foxes die more slowly. It just doesn't make sense to me.
Okay,
Yeah.
let me see. Okay, so let me tell you this. So who agrees and who disagrees with the ban?
It's Olivia and Jack is disagrees and
Okay,
Rory
you
and
say that Olivia and Jake disagree,
yeah,
and then the others, Rory and Kristen,
they agrees.
they agree. That's fine. Let's see here the next exercise. So we already listened the audio. So then we are going to match two opinions with each speaker. So we have the letter O, okay, that stands
Yeah.
for Olivia. Letter R, that stands for Rory. Letter J, that stands for Jake. And letter C, that stands for Christine. So then you're gonna tell me, you're going to match two opinions with each speaker. For example, killing animal for fun, it's always run.
Mm, is or is all only O, right?
Okay, look at there. There we have the answers. Number one is Jake. Okay,
Yeah.
number one is Jake. People from towns don't understand rural traditions.
Yes.
That
And
is
the
Rory. There you have the answer right
uh
here. Can you see it?
yeah, okay.
Okay. Number two.
Number two is Rory.
Okay. Number three.
Number
Okay, fishing is just as cruel as fox hunting.
Or is uh, C.
Okay, that is Kristen. Let me see. Number 4. Hunting damages field and hedges.
Is O.
Okay, that is O for Olivia. Number 5.
Yeah.
We should respect traditional activities even if only a few people do them.
Is Rory. Rory.
Okay, other ways of killing foxes are crueler than hunting.
Is Christian. Christian.
Okay, Chris. Okay,
Yeah.
that is right. Only very rich people are interested in hunting.
I think is Olivia.
Okay, Olivia. Number 8. In the past, people didn't care about animals' rights, but they do now.
Or is Jake.
Okay, fantastic. That is right. So let me ask you something now. One more question. Okay. The question is, actually we have the exercise number 5, this one. Uh, which one would, okay, who do you agree with?
I think I agree.
Which opinion do you share?
I think I agree with Jack.
Jake?
Uh, um. Yeah.
Okay,
Jack. Uh.
fantastic, fantastic. Tao, so to finish this class, I think we're okay. Let me ask you something. Tao, what did we learn today in this class?
We learn about fox hunting.
Okay, and to finish with this part, I am gonna finish with this. What do you think about fox hunting or animal hunting? What do you think we could do to change the mindset of people in order for us to stop, right, animal
Yeah.
abuse?
I think animal hunting is cruel, and I think we shouldn't do this. And
We
yeah,
should we shouldn't do things like that. All right. Thank you so much, Tao, for your positive contribution. Let's talk about homework. It's gonna be very easy. It's only to complete the exercises of the lesson. Let me show
yeah.
you here. Oh, what's happened? Let me see. Okay, I'm afraid that I'm gonna share to you this homework after I finish with the video conference. Anyway, Tao, so remember your homework is gonna be, let me show you here, this is unit 3, and
Yeah.
especially the lesson, so you do not forget it. Let me give you, it's gonna be lesson 3C,
Okay.
different views. Lesson 3C, different views. And then you do these exercises. Well, I think you already did, but if you haven't, then you send me these exercises so I can check it.
Okay.
Okay,
Mm,
Tao.
goodbye. Have a
Goodbye,
nice.
Tao. Have a good
Have a
day.
nice.
See
Goodbye.
you next class. Bye.
Yeah. See you again.
Bye.